escaping with ET.
G'day and welcome to the show. Well, this week I'm down in Bermagui catching marlin. Have a look at this beautiful fish. Striped marlin, absolute bottler. And there's plenty of these guys down here. Gorgeous fish. Exactly what we're after.
And there's plenty more action coming up in the show. Check it out. It's a true blue water classic adventure and a mighty fight.
Look at it go.
All the way to the end.
Wow. There's the fish. Oh, look at that.
There's a relaxing change of pace to catching Leatherjacket from a kayak.
Beautiful Leatherjacket.
Up north in Queensland, it's the season for saltwater Barra and other colourful characters of the reefs. And talking of colour, Chef Paul Breheny serves up red emperor with ruby red grapefruit and a beetroot salad. The drive from Sydney down to Bermagui, with my Quintrex 570 top ender trailing easily behind, is a great first run for my brand new Mazda BT50. It can tow up to 3.5 tonne, but on this trip, I'm travelling light because I'm keen for the challenge of chasing marlin in an open boat. So leaving Bermagui Harbour behind, I'm heading out all alone.
Today I'm going marlin fishing, and in the background there we've got Bermagui. We're heading out to the 12 mile in this Butte Quintrex top ender. It's a 570. This baby here on a nice day, you can't get much better, and I'm looking forward to battling my own marlin out here. Now, to power this boat, we've got 2 Century batteries, the Marine Pro batteries, and they're built for boats, not for cars.
And with my Evinrude E-Tech fired up, I'm really powered up for fishing.
There's a ton of bait showing on my beautiful Garmin. It's the GPS map XSV, and yep, there's slimy mackerel down there.
These are the bait I hope will attract big marlin, and their presence here seems to attract other hunters too.
One of the beauties of being out here on the water gets us to a small pod of, I think they're pilot whales. Definitely not a dolphin. And have a look at the boats out here. Every direction, there's boats.
And they're all bigger than my Quinny, but that's a big part of the challenge I've set myself.
Look at the size of that big guy. It's perfect marlin bait, and it's a matter of just rigging up.
So I set my baits and wonder how long I'll have to wait.
Well, a big patch of bait has come right up on the full surface. That's what we're after. Fish. That's a fish. That's a fish. I hope the hook stays in now. This is what it's all about. Bait fish are here. The marlin are here trying to have a good, easy feed. I've got a beautiful Tiagra set up here. We're talking 24 kilo outfit. All right, we might drive up on her again. Oh, marlin out the back. That could be even my fish. Wow, I love this sort of fishing.
But as any big game angler can tell you, getting a marlin this size within sight of the boat is just the beginning of the battle. There's still a lot of fight in this fish and a lot more action coming up.
Amazing setup here. This is the anchorage, and whenever I'm in Bermagui, this is where I like to stay. The Shimano Stella Saltwater Series are the only reels I'll use to tackle those big game fish like marlin, yellowfin tuna, wahoo, dogtooth, or even big giant trevally. These saltwater reels are as tough as they come, with all the latest technology built in to make them indestructible for anglers and deadly on bringing big sport fish to the boat. The most extreme and challenging conditions are what these reels are built for. So if you want longevity in a quality reel, check out the Stella range.
On a North Queensland trip, I'm out with Hinchinbrook guide Ryan Moody, and I've left my Quintrex yellowfin behind to pick up some of Ryan's wisdom on his own boat.
Well, you've got to have strategy and you've got to be prepared, so that's the most important thing, and you've got to understand conditions, the tides, what different species like, basically, in the terms of tidal run, tidal movements, as in heights, small tides, large tides, and what they do in relation to those tides. We'll see what the Barras are up to.
Nice Barra. Nice little Barra on the vibe.
It's quite amazing how far Barra will come offshore, isn't
Exactly, yeah. They do travel a lot. Look at that, beautiful colour, hey?
it? Yeah, nice little fella, about 65, somewhere there.
Doesn't he look fantastic up with that sun on him? Yeah, no, that's nice. Nice to see in the water.
Definitely.
There we go, nice little Barra.
No, mate, not a monster, but...
But still a solid fish,
Still a
very
good little
healthy fish, eh?
yeah, he's got a bit of beef about him, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Just look, oh yeah, nice.
Nice little fish.
But this is not something you can do just any time. Queensland has a strictly closed Barra season in the wet months between October and February, when even catch and release fishing is prohibited. So always check for current dates and restrictions first. And Barra aren't the only fish to catch around here.
There we go.
Got him?
Got him out.
Yes, good stuff.
Yeah, mono's got a bit more give, mate. That's why we use mono.
Yeah, beautiful. They're a lovely fish.
Nice fish, but they do like to dive for cover.
And they always seem to find it as well.
Yeah, that's your gold spot cod.
Yeah, beautiful gold spot.
They're actually a very nice eating fish, these.
Yep.
Best eating out of all the cod family up here.
Yeah, awesome. They got just amazing markings, haven't they, on their body? And they grow quite big too.
Yeah, they'll grow to 50 pound. They move offshore when they get real big and catch a lot out on the wonky holes and those sort of places, halfway to the reef.
All their teeth point backwards.
Yes.
They're a real grasping fish, you know. If you're a bait fish and you get stuck in there, you're going nowhere. You're not coming out.
Righto, we'll let this fella go now. They're very hardy fish, these. There he goes.
Well, we're up here in North Queensland. As you can see, very sheltered waters, hardly a ripple. You could almost water ski out here, but I've got my life jacket on, just around my waist. It gets very hot and humid at this time of the year. It's probably 95% humidity. So very important still to make sure that you've got a life jacket on at all times when you're out on the water, just in case something goes wrong. I've got the ripcord on this side, so if I fall over, basically, just give that a pull and away we go. Oh. And he's just missed out on the fish. This is what we want.
Might be a little finger mark, this one.
Oh, dark one. Oh,
Nice
beautiful
jack.
little jack.
Nice mangrove jack.
He's a nice one. Good stuff.
Amazing where you'll find these critters, right out in the middle of nowhere. Just goes to show you, mate, that most fish do actually forage in the middle of nowhere at some stage.
Yep, exactly. I mean, he's found this little oasis here, but there's a lot of bare ground around.
Well, yeah, nothing for 7 miles. It's 7 miles to the islands.
Yep.
And here we are, you have a mangrove jack in the middle of nowhere.
It's incredible.
If this bit of structure wasn't here, all it is seagrass and rubble for miles.
Yep.
So, goes to show, eh? All right, we'll get the hooks out and let him go.
Yep. Slide him back in. Down he goes.
Oh, no!
Oh. Oh. Hey?
How many fish have we pulled the hooks on the
Oh
last
my
couple of
God.
days? Oh, I tell you.
Is that a big soft plastic?
That's the impact fats I was telling you about. Oh,
Yeah.
he's gone.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Ah, dearie me.
Oh, well, at least he bit. Well, here's a great lure to have in your tackle box, the classic blue water rocket popper. It's a versatile lure that can be used in a number of ways. If it's skipped across the surface, it looks like a fleeing garfish, and everyone knows how much big predators love fleeing baitfish. It can also be used in a walk the dog action, nice and slow on the surface, a deliberate wobble, and that also hooks up those big predators. The lure's weighted at the rear for a long cast. It's got a heavy-duty rattle and comes in lots of different colours. The perfect lure to have in your tackle box. I'm out in the Hobie today, looking to chase a few leatherjacket. Great on the plate, but you've got to know where to find them. If you look along this edge here, you'll see there's loads of rocks, lots of wharves and jetties, plenty of kanji, and that's one of the secrets, making sure that there's a lot of food for these active fish. We've got this lovely little Zodius Shimano spin stick. It's matched up with this little Ultegra. Now that's a 2500, beautiful little combo. I'm going to use one of these Gamakatsu snaps. So what you do is tie the swivel end onto your braid, And then you've got a little snap swivel that means it's going to be very easy to change rigs if you need to. The Leatherjackets, they got these super sharp teeth, and every now and again you have to change your rig. Okay, some Oshia fluorocarbon trace. This stuff's really good. And we'll use just over 1 metre of this. We're going to tie a little loop knot, open up the little snap, slide the loop in, and tie it back up. All right, we'll put this bait on, cast up in there. Yep, feels like a leathery. Oh, they really work into this current. Oh, he's thumping away there. There we go, beautiful fish. Now, they've got that big spike on the top, but that's about it. Very leathery skin, and when you're cleaning them, the skin comes completely off, which makes it very easy. And they'll cut through any line. That's why we use the long shank hook. You see how long that is? And so when he bites, those big sharp teeth come down on the metal. And they'll get right down, get into those barnacles. All right, we'll let this guy go. Oh, this one's got a bit more toe in him. A bit bigger. Oh, look at those big head shakes. Definitely using that current. Oh, there he is, nice one. Yeah, bigger than the last one. Nice fish. Oh, there we go. Well, there you go. Beautiful Leatherjacket. Great fun to catch and loads of fun to eat. All right, mate, you're on your way though this time. Good luck.
Good fishing, good food. With the help of your local greengrocer, Creo Crush Seasonings, Sandhurst Fine Foods and the Barbecue and Fireplace Centre Sunshine Coast, Chef Paul Breheny and I are preparing to show you another great seafood dish.
Well, Paul, today we've got red emperor. They've got to be one of the best eating fish I've ever actually tasted, and I love catching them. We chase them up the Queensland coast and out on the reefs in deep water, 60 metre sort of stuff. You pull up these huge big reds. So what are you going to do?
I'm looking at putting it with a mixed array of beetroots, and we've got some Bermagui beans here. We've also got some radishes, some white asparagus, and what the actual dish is really going to all come together with is pink grapefruit. We're going to make like a glaze to go over my beetroots here that I've just par-cooked.
The fact that we've got your local greengrocer on board, we've got just such an array. So how do you cook this beautiful fillet of red emperor?
Well, this one I'm actually going to do on the hot plate, Andrew. So what I'm going to do is score it. We're going to put a little bit of really nice fish seasoning that we've got from Creo Crush. So what we're going to do is pop some of this on top. You can see there's a bit of parsley in there. They've got lemon, they've got lime. It really gives the fish a really good flavour, and it's an instant sort of marinade. So a little bit of olive oil over the top.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of the Creo Crush sea salt on there. What that'll do, Andrew, is just stop it from sticking.
Okay.
Okay, straight on the barbecue, just gently pushing down. And what happens is this fish fillet will just relax, which it has done now. And we get an even sort of crisping of the skin. So what I've got to do, Andrew, is segment the grapefruit. And we've got to take this white pith off. Okay, it looks like we're losing a little bit of grapefruit, but that doesn't matter because I'm going to be squeezing that into our glaze that we're making for our beetroot. Okay, so just with one stroke down and then one stroke, she'll just fall out. And we do that again. And the reason why I put the bowl there, Andrew, because it catches all the juice as well, you know, so we don't waste any. And I'm going to squeeze this guy out. It's a little bit bitter when you tasted it, but when we actually cook it, it'll caramelise all them sugars. It just changes the flavour. And then we're going to add some of our Sandhurst glaze to this as well. And I'm just going to give this a bit of a stir, okay? Now, maybe if you could have a taste of that and see what you think about that.
Ooh. Got that real sweetness to it.
And a little bit of sourness.
A little bit of sour, just a tad.
Okay, Andrew, our fish is looking pretty good.
Wow, that looks delicious.
It looks beautiful, doesn't it? Absolutely perfect. That's just going to go on the plate.
Red Emperor, can't get much better than that.
Oh, it's really nice. In this pan here, I'm just going to heat up our beetroot, a little bit of glaze. So you can see what a beautiful glaze it's made.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
Real caramelisation.
Yeah, yeah. So it's time to plate up, mate. So we've got our beetroot. Just here a few of our beans, Bermagui beans, just scattered on the plate. and some of our white asparagus. Okay, we've got some micro basil. We'll put it on the plate as well. Some of our beautiful pink grapefruit. Going to finish off with some more beetroot.
And the radish is nice and peppery too, isn't it?
Yeah, it just goes really well with it. Put a little bit of our dressing just over our fish. And then the last thing is a little bit of frozen feta.
Wow. Snowflakes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Beautiful red emperor with ruby red grapefruit and beetroot salad.
That is gonna taste delicious. Yeah. And it's so good to be able to prepare and cook on the barbecue here, the beef eater.
Yeah.
And the guys from the barbecue and fireplace centre here in the beautiful Sunshine Coast where you're living. Wow, awesome, look at that.
Paradise, mate.
Now it's my Marlin and me.
As he's going around the front of the boat. And that's the beauty of a trailer boat. Good fun. We're a good 12 mile out, but no problems with the top ender handling it out here. Had a few strange looks from the boys this morning. They've all got their beautiful big cabin boats, all between 6 and 8 metres long, some bigger. They said, "What are you doing, going out king fishing?" I went, "Nah, I'm chasing billies like you blokes."
And doing it on your own in an open boat has to be close to the ultimate billfish challenge. The next step from here would be on a Hobie kayak.
Oh, fun and games.
No matter how close I've got the fish to the boat, I still haven't seen the trace yet. So that means there's still a fair bit of line that I have to wind in, and a lot more line the fish can pull out if it gets the chance. And out here, it's an absolute no-brainer that I'm wearing my full life jacket. It's the sensible thing to do whenever you're on any boat on any water, because your life is always at stake. It's just that out here alone, I'm pushing the stakes just that much higher, and I'm pushing myself pretty hard, not just playing the fish, but also running the boat. Good thing the Quinny's so easy to handle and the E-Tech is so reliable, I only have to worry about the Marlin. The other thing I can rely on is knowing my tonic polarised lenses will always give me the best view of the fish. And I have 1 or 2 other advantages as well.
One of the good things of an open boat is that if the fish travels forward, doesn't matter. There's nothing in your way, no obstructions. They can stay right on top of the fish at all times. Don't have to worry about a cabin. So there are some advantages. But if it rains, you get wet. All right, fish isn't too far away here.
Which means my moment of truth is coming pretty close too.
Well, here's the fish right beside the boat. Hardest part for a lone fisherman is try to get that trace, try to get that fish in close. It's right there. Oh, it's going to take off. Look at it go. Oh, I've got to get round the front there. She's towing the boat around. Wow. It's a good fish. It's a tired fish now, though.
And a tired fisherman just quietly. But finally the fish and I are almost face to face. Which is the time I need to ramp up my concentration as well as my strength, because this is the zone where so many good fish are lost. And I've worked too hard to even think about that. The next 20 or 30 seconds could easily be the most critical moments of this struggle. It's a time for patience as well as persistence.
Where's the leader? It's the hardest part, trying to steer, trying to get hold of that leader. It's the hard part about fishing out of a trailer boat. When you get onto a decent fish, it makes it very hard, especially by yourself, to actually capture it. Just getting him close enough to have a good look. And here we go, this fish is coming up. Much harder trying to do it all by yourself. The final stages of any fight with a marlin by yourself is very difficult. The secret here is to loosen the drag, just in case.
There's the fish. Very difficult to do this. Holy moly. Well, there's your beautiful fish, striped marlin, right beside the boat there. There we go. Now what we're going to do, I think we'll try to grab her by the bill. There we go, look at that. Gosh, they're a nice fish, aren't they? Just one of the true predators that cruise the coastline. Looking for the bait fish. Exactly what we're after. Okay, well, I can't seem to get that hook out. I'm gonna have to cut it pretty close. There we go. See you later, girl. Whew. Thanks for the fight. Oh, I need a seat after that one.